Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of the Final Fantasy Legend 2. We last left off, we had just gotten the equipment here for Mask, the Guardian who was sent to kill Ashura. But he got captured, and thankfully we rescued him from his prison, and now he's going to help us out, so. Mask is a physical fighter, unlike Mr. S and Key, who were mainly magicians. Mask is just pure melee character, so he has very high strength. In fact, his strength is pretty equal to a character we're gonna get several worlds later. So even with just the base hammer that he has, he does a lot of damage. And it's good that he's not a magician because one of the things that he says is that no magic is good against Ashura. So yeah. We're not going to be able to damage Ashura with magic. That's why it's important that we have Honey Mouse with really high agility to use the saber that she has equipped, and that we've been using martial arts with Vincent and Linus. So that way they'll be able to do some decent damage to Ashura when we face him. So. Spoiler, Ashura's gonna be at the top of the tower, so. Now I had Mask there, he comes with a shield, just to get some extra chances to gain some stats. I just had him defend with the shield, so. Got a Colt there, we'll sell that. The single target firearms aren't all that good. If you're gonna use a firearm, you're gonna want ones that group targets, so. You see, that submachine gun is really helping us out. Man, it'd be tough to take care of a lot of these large groups of enemies if we didn't have that. So, alright. It's also good that we got this cure spell for Vincent to help heal ourselves up here. As we keep heading up the tower. Not too many more floors to go. So. More enemies. Big group of eagles. We'll take them out with the submachine gun. Don't. Yeah, see, Mask is that hammer. He's one-shotting pretty much everything. So he could probably one-shot a lot of things too, because we have the power magi on him. But we want to build up stats for Vincent and Linus, so we're not going full offense. So the trooper, even though there's less troopers, we're gonna use the submachine gun on it because they can probably deal more damage than that the flower group. So. Yeah, sometimes you gotta look at what the enemies can do and choose to not necessarily fight based on the group numbers, but on what the damage that they can do, how dangerous they are, so. We'll have Mask keep defending, so that way we use more of the martial arts with Linus and Vincent, so. That'll give a better chance of them potentially getting agility, and it'll also use the uses up of those martial arts, which will make them more effective when we finally fight Ashura. So, we're almost there. More troopers and flowers. Interesting group. So, Mask will jump in here. Take some things off. So Ashura is kind of your first kind of roadblock boss. Ashura is also the first of 4 gods that will be fighting in the game. So all the gods tend to be pretty tough, and especially if you don't really know how to build your characters and your stats. So luckily though for us here, the game is nice and gives you a helper character for the first god that you fight. So there we go. We got a power Got some potions, some stat potions, a battle sword, good strength weapon, but once again, we're not building strength, so we're just gonna we're gonna sell that for money. So we did equip Honey Mouse there with a shield, a little bit better than the bronze shield. And it will give Honey Mouse a little bit more defense, so that's the only reason. We're never going to use that shield in battle, or if we do, it'll be very rarely. Maybe just to prevent Honey Mouse from attacking, to let Linus and Vincent get an extra turn in. But for the most part, the only reason we're giving that shield is to increase Honey Mouse's defense. Honey Mouse, being at the front of the party, will be targeted by enemies more often, so want to build up her defense as much as possible, especially against Ashura, because Ashura's going to have a pretty nasty attack. Ashura has 3 heads and 6 arms, and one of the attacks that Ashura has is called 6 arms, and it does a lot of damage because you're getting hit by 6 different arms, so... Well... And, we'll tend to use the potions more on Vincent there, because his stat growth is a little slower than the human stat growth, so... Get rid of those evil slime monsters. Remember, they're the ones that have that evil dissolve spell, so... That deals damage to your characters, and then steals that MP and heals up the slime, so... Gonna get rid of him as quick as possible, so... Then we have ink there. That's, I guess, our first real status effect that we've encountered. So, ink will put the dark status on your characters, which will then decrease their accuracy with physical attacks. To get rid of the dark status, you need to buy an eye drop from the item store, and sometimes a mutant can gain an ability, but it's a higher level ability called Heal, and Heal removes negative status effects, so... Yeah, so we're so close to Ashura. Ashura is going to be right across this bridge. But, yeah, whenever you want to get somewhere in the game knows. The game's like, they really want to get to this boss. Let's throw a whole bunch of random encounters at them, so... Now, of course, the game doesn't really do that, but it kind of feels that way. It's just the luck of the draw, so... Just seeing how the random number generator seems to torment you. So, well, we lost fire and gained ice. So, no magic is good for sure, watch out. So, yeah, that ice ain't gonna be any good, so... Just to be on the safe side, obviously we want to heal ourselves up before battle here. But we also want to make a save, that way if things go south, we can just restart, so. We want to equip Vincent with that fire magi. Now that makes Vincent strong against fire attacks. Another attack that Ashura has is flame, so this will protect Vincent, so ha ha ha. My men micronized and went into Key's body. What did you do to her? Key was born with magi in her body, which gave her the power of healing. I get those magi, and she fails, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Well, now I get yours, and then I'll make it 3 birds. Never! So yeah, Vincent will be our healer in this battle, so we want to make sure that he is protected against that flame attack, so... Flame is just like P's initial attack, that it deals damage to everybody, so... But now, see, Vincent is going to be strong against that flame, so he can heal up, and... So... Now, the way that those abilities are listed over there, 6 arms, flame, sleep, axe, O damage. So... What that, the abilities are listed based on their prevalence, so... More than likely, Ashura will use 6 arms, followed by flame, sleep, and axe. You know, in that order, so... No, I don't want to die! And after we defeat Ashura, we get all his magi, and we get teleported out. I've done what I wanted to do. See ya. And Mask leaves. Key must be in trouble. Let's go to her. So luckily the game warps us to Key. Oh no! People have some new dialogue here. Oh my, Key is sick. Micronized enemy sneaked into Key's body. Key is seriously sick from the magi in her body. They are trying to get them out. Take them out or she will die. Key! The only way to get inside a body is to micronize. Giants should know how. Oh yes, Key told me to give you this. Please ask the giants how to micronize to save her. Well, the giant's world we were told earlier was the next world, so we're gonna head back to the pillar, the celestial pillar. And we're gonna pass over Ashura's world and head into the next world, which will be the giant's world. So we're gonna have to look for giants in there and see if they can micronize. So obviously Ashura's minions knew how to micronize, so I guess the giants still must be around to teach us. So let's go find out. So it was also nice of the game, in addition to teleporting us back to this world to check up on Key, it also basically gave us a free in. It restored all our charges to our skills and the robot's equipment, and also refilled all our hit points. So basically got a free in out of it. So that's Ashura's world. We're gonna skip it, head deeper into the celestial world here. And you can see there's a whole bunch of wolves around here, so now we're gonna head down here, and this will take us to the Giant's World. Enemies will get a little bit tougher. They're gonna be level 3 type monsters. We ran into one of them earlier, the Rhino, the boss of Ashura's base. Now it's gonna be a common enemy here. Giants no longer live here. Uh-oh. Giants wanted to be like us humans. They became small and left here. Well, how are we gonna micronize then if the giants ain't around? Giantstown is still here, but it's too big. Nobody's living there anymore. We can get some new equipment here, but nothing that we really want. So I'm gonna sell a bunch of this equipment that we found in Ashura's tower. This is a giant store here. Where did you get those giants' goods? So this guy sells Giants gear. Really expensive, but it gives really good defensive boosts. Another thing that Giants gear does is it increases the stats, the strength stats of anyone who equips it. So now one interesting thing there is if we wanted to, we can give Honey Mouse another gauntlet. So to increase her defense even more. Normally characters like humans and mutants, well, humans and mutants can't equip 2 of the same items, but robots, they can put as much stuff as they want. So they can have like 3 gauntlets, they can have 3 breastplates, 4 helmets. They ain't limited like humans and mutants are. So humans and mutants can only have 1 piece of equipment per type. So boosting up all our mutants and humans, Vincent and Linus's defensive there by buying a whole bunch of silver. So gold is actually better than silver, but that don't really make sense because gold is very malleable. It's soft, so probably wouldn't make good armor, but I think in future transitions, there's a DS remake of this. I think they changed the gold to mithril. So, that legendary ore that's kind of in Tolkien. So, apparently this guy Johnny used to be a giant. What? I know nothing. At least that's the rumor. And hey, I might have noticed there's a guy up there in the upper right corner. And it's a very important guy. It's Dad! Dad? Linus? Yeah, remember me? Of course. Oh, Linus. How's Mom? She's fine. Waiting home. Let's go home together, Dad. No. I can't. Yet. For Magi? But we defeated Ashura. There are more of those like Ashura going after Magi. Magi, we've got some here. You gathering them too? Then take this. We got a thunder magi. Nobody would imagine that kids like you have such a thing. Well, you're the one who gave us our first one, the prism. I'm not a kid anymore. We'll meet again as long as we go after magi. I'll come home with you then. Promise? Yes, I promise. Okay, Dad, promise. And now they're going to reset our party to its initial configuration, so we're going to have to, once again, change up our party a little bit, so press the select button. That brings up your chance to bring up your party. I think in a previous episode I made the mistake and said that brings up your party chat. Excuse me, where do you get those Giants goods? What? Gee, where did you come from? The back door. You surprised me. I get them from the Giants town. Why? How do you get in? Johnny told me how. But don't tell anyone else. I'll be out of business. Alright, well, okay, well, let's go talk with Johnny. So, eventually we'll want to buy some more Giants gear, just for the defensive boosts. But not so much for the strength boosts. Each of the Giants' equipment gives plus 10 to your strength. So you can get, like, if you get all the pieces of the Giants gear, including the Geta boots, you can get, like, plus 40 strength, which is just insane. But, of course, you need to have good agility to use that strength, so. That man at the Giant shops told you? Okay, there's a spot in the stairs in the northern part of Giant's town. It is colored differently than the others. You can get in from there. Do you think I'm a giant? If we say yes, he says, well, that's not true. But, we can always talk to him again after that. We'll just say no this time. And he gives us a second clue. Okay, then I'll give you another clue. You can climb up the shelves in Giant's town. Alright, so now this is going to unlock the ability to enter Giant's town. So the rock is always colored differently when we're going to head into Giant's town, but we wouldn't be able to enter it until we talk with Johnny there, so we have to do that little sub-quest, I guess you can call it, in the Giant's town. As you can see, these houses over here, when we get up closer to them, they're really, really big, and used to have giants in them, so. There's there are a bunch of new enemies here. The most dangerous one is that amoeba over there. It has that secondary ability at acid, and that is a multi-targeting. It hits everybody for decent damage, so we're going to take them out and run into them as soon as we can, so. Martial arts are getting pretty good there. As you can see, we're already one-shotting a lot of enemies, so. But we're taking a lot of damage too, even though we got some new equipment, so. Let's switch our characters around a little bit. Back to our order that we had before we talked with Linus's father. Terrorists, so. Like other humanoid enemies, these guys can drop their equipment, so you can get kicks off of them, or the Colt gun. So, kick would be better because we like our martial arts. They help raise our agility, and they give our initial characters, Vincent, human and mutant characters, Vincent and Linus, good attacks. So, early in the game. So, that's definitely one of the good changes that they've implemented in this sequel here. In the first Final Fantasy Legend, humanoid characters didn't drop equipment, so. But it's nice that they do that here, so. A lot of humanoids, when they drop their equipment, it just, you know, obviously prevents you from having to buy that equipment, and because, you know, weapons and skills all have durability counters on them. It's good to get free equipment, so. As my mom always said, free is for me. So, gonna get some good healing here with Vincent before we head into these houses here. So, let's go looking for the new items, and we'll do that on our next episode. Take care, have a good day. Bye!